I have pancakes in front of me, but I don't have any maple syrup or like powdered sugar, so it's pancakes, like buttered pancakes, and then just cut up strawberries. I also have this going on, and my hair is still dripping wet, and that is the vibe for our WIP Wednesday. Sam will be joining us shortly, but he's not here yet. Clearly. The strawberries have warmed up and the pancakes have cooled off. It's not nearly as much of a satisfying flavor, but it's fine. I'll eat them later. So they're even more room temperature for maximum-ness. I killed off my eyebrow pencil today, so this is the last day of me having eyebrows. I am going to probably go and buy a new one because I potentially have a extra casting gig tomorrow. And I need eyebrows for that. But I have like the tiniest little bit left, but I don't think it really anything else comes out. But it's so expensive. But it lasts months. I'm slightly definitely hoping I get the extra gig so I can afford eyebrows. Hi, Laura. Thank you for coming on time. I almost delayed it a half an hour so I could eat my pancakes off stream and do my hair, but I don't feel like doing my hair right now. Like having the heat and the wind and the noise. So we're starting on time. I would give you some pancakes, but I'm gonna drive down to visit you. The whole stream is just me driving. Submitted 8 of your own. Wait, this one. Laura's been on a poetry kick lately. Read 3 chapter books at one. Damn. You not been sleeping well or something? But I mean, go you for reading. Submitted 8 of your own poems to publications. Nice. Do you have like a theme across the publications or poems or anything? Were they all to different publications or like the same couple publications? This is full of iced tea, and just want to chug it, but it's fine. Pecking at the strawberries. Yes, I did figure that. Let's see. What is going on? What is anything? Today I will be working on Storm's Heir like normal. My cat named Storm's ears perked up. I'm like, no, not you. I haven't worked on it in a couple days because I got a migraine this weekend. And that kind of like wiped me out for a couple days. And then I read Volume 4 of Scum Villain, which is the stream that Sam and I did yesterday, which is the conclusion to Scum Villain. It's like the extras, and I very much enjoyed it. I think Sam did too. It was fun. But now we will be moving on for my picks. I have my next pick lined up. Let's see. My documents aren't even. Oh, I forgot the timer going. Wow. This is how out of it I am. Sam is supposed to be the responsible one. All right, let's go to YouTube. I've been watching this morning Josh Johnson videos, which I love him, and it's so funny because my mother loves him too. And she's trying to convince my family to go see him in Philly, because he's doing his Flowers tour right now. And I think I like his takes. And then also he saw that his stuff was being like sold like resold really, really expensive tickets to his shows. And he was like, no. And like refunded all of those tickets and put them, that's just the full screen. And put them so they're at the price he actually said it. All right. And that's a little fun lore about a guy I liked, or like a creator I enjoy. Roy woke you up, so you decided to read. That's fair. I woke up a couple times last night and like rolled over. And by last night, I mean at like 6 a.m. My collection is called Shadows of My Mind. The theme is basically what's on my mind late. It's a lot of self-doubt and spiritual deconstruction. Interesting. Rowan's doing poetry too recently. I don't know if you guys know each other at all, but we're all in Sam's realm and stuff. All right, let's be in the first sprint. See you on the other side. Hello.
Hello.
How'd you do?
I finished my research and started revising. I am on page 2.
Yay. How did chat to as well? I got 283 words in because I ate, I did my bangs, and then I got slightly, in the beginning, I was having trouble starting because, sorry, I got a text message. Because I was having my character that I'm from, he's like looking at reports of over logistics of running like a territory and thinking about them, and I'm like, ooh, that's him thinking about something, and I need to make it clear he's really good at what he's doing about something I don't really know how to do. So I threw some irrigation words in there and then called it a day. It's like, that is future CB's problem. She can do research over medieval times irrigation techniques and then apply magic to them. That is a fun bit of world building that I cannot deal with right now. Let me deal with a conversation between two best friends that have a lot of unspoken history between them. And it's the like male lead of this book and then the main character of the next one chatting because they're like besties, and I was like, I need to have this prince and manservant relationship but also not stray into Merthyr territory, and I think I did a great job. I don't think they have any, like, it's clearly two bros making fun of each other. It's not like any where people were like, wait, is this going to be a side? No, it's not a side ship. They're just best friends. I think I did that well.
I would say a lot of people give Rome a lot of credit for their irrigation and indoor plumbing, but China and India also had some really good canal systems. So,
So
I don't actually know much about Central American canal systems. I have to.
right now it is. I had him like thinking about how the farmers of like the land that they're doing this to, they like basically did canals like man-made streams and rivers and stuff, and how he was like, he's reflecting on, he had to like bargain with the farmers that live there that were kind of pissy about having some of their fields dug up for this. So all right, I'm gonna check in with chat. Rowan popped up during that sprint. Hi, Rowan. Oh, Rowan, Laura's doing poetry as well. I mentioned you do poetry earlier. Jessica, hi. I asked what people were listening to, changing up our questions. And Jessica is listening to Serpent by Tomei Prophet, Sam Chiniz, and Jung Youth. Oops, I did not pronounce that right. I was listening to DJO Joe, which is Joe Keery from like Stranger Things. It's his band. He also did the song that's like, "You take the man out of the city, not the city out the man," which is a great song. It released a new album, and I was listening to that. One of his songs is, it's not a secret at this point, my name's Charlie. One of his songs is Charlie's Garden, and I was like totally in the like zone, and then I just hear him go, Charlie, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? Why is my name being called? So that's fun. It was a good song. Let's see. Rowan was currently listening to Zen Garden Soundscape on an ambient mixer. Nice.
I was listening to a YouTube generated 90s playlist again.
Nice.
That's just my vibe for this project, I guess.
Yeah. It's a vibe for a lot of you. But yes, specifically this. Jessica got 554 nice words of outlining. Ooh, that's really good progress for outlining. Needs to spend the day finishing the outline for Krampus so I can continue to write it. Nice. Two bros sit in a hot tub because they're not gay, except yeah, 5 feet apart. Well, this I have Jason like sitting very. That's my male lead. This novel sitting very like princely at a desk, and then I have Yuri, who's the MC of the next novel, who when they're around other people appears very prim and proper, and he's really good at putting on disguises and stuff because he is a spy master, but he's acting as a manservant right now. But he's fully draped over the couch in front of Jason's desk, and he has like a scroll just on his face, and he's like groaning dramatically, like trying to wait for Jason to be like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Finally, let me talk about my problems." And I love him. I was gonna have him be so like prim and proper, but I'm having so much more fun of him being prim and proper when anyone else is around. But when Jason's around, he's a little shit.
He is a cat.
Yes, exactly. He is a cat of a person. Like everything about him is just a cat. Bella's popped in. Hi, Bella. No worries that you're late. It was just the first sprint. 2 feet apart because they're not gay.
No homo, bro.
No homo. They're both gay, but just not for each other.
No homo with my bromo.
Yeah, no homo with my bromo. That's good. I got to allude a little bit to their joint past that like I'm still figuring out like as I write it, but I'm having fun with it. Like some implication that Yuri faked his death at some point, and Jason apologizes for Yuri faking his own death, and Yuri's like, "Nah, it's cool. Like being a spy master for the Crown Prince is a cushy position." Well, now I have to work, but it was a cushy position for a while.
He goes, like, "Damn it, Jason! I didn't expect to have to work."
Yeah. I'm having him be a mix of like, oh, I didn't expect to work, but also being like, hee, I get to be mischievous again. Like within his own brain, there are two wolves. So I'm having a lot of fun with him. Sadly, he's not going to be much more in the novel because they leave the capital, and his whole thing.
That's okay.
He'll have a whole book to himself. Or not to himself, with his love interest. All right, why Bella goes, why is that my favorite character ever, and all I know about him is that he's draped on the couch dramatically.
Because some characters just exude that, and you just know.
Yeah, you just know. He's so funny. I know I'm writing him, but I think he is hilarious to write because he's such an unserious character. But he is serious. That's the thing. So I'm just having fun with it. Considering changing his name. But I also think it's funny that his name is just...
It means flower.
Yeah.
It's a proper Russian name that means flower.
Yeah. I don't remember what I made him look like, so I do have to go back. Right now he has brown eyes. I think he looks, at least right now, very nondescript, because I'm having him have disguise magic, which is how he has his entire next novel, but I'm like, I want his love interest to be into him, like, physically, but him having disguise magic purposely looking plain. So I'm thinking, like, for the next novel, can his love interest just see through disguise magic, or just be horny for all of these different versions? Just like, this is the picturesque of a plain, forgettable face. And he's like, something about that guy I'm, like, super attracted to now.
That reminds me of this. It was a, thing that went around, but I believe the creator that started it, she, in reference to like her and her boyfriend, somebody was like, what if he like left you for somebody? And she's like, he wouldn't need to. As she does a lot of costume makeup and wigs, and so she starts pulling out wigs, and she's like, I can be anybody he wants. She's like, I could be the other woman.
I saw there's in Grandmaster, like Wei Wuxian reincarnate, or like he's put into another body who just happens to be like I don't like using this word usually, but he's a twink that looks a lot like his original body and is very attractive. And someone did like a fan comic, like, what if I got put into like an old man that was ugly? What if I got put into like some like super buff macho guy? Like, what if I got put into a donkey? And it has his love interest being like, I don't care, you're you. And I'm like,
his love interest goes, I guess I become Zeus.
Yeah. He was like, waiting is waiting. And I'm like, yes, yes. This is a fan comic. It's love. But yeah. So I don't even need to be thinking about that book yet. But I had, with the talk with the author that I had earlier this month, that was like the kick in the ass for me. Unintentionally. She wasn't mean at all. But I was like, I need to lock in.
She motivated you to kick your own ass.
Yes, I kicked my own ass, and talking with her was like, yeah. We talked about like publishing and stuff because she works in the publishing industry, even on top of being a writer who is publishing. And we talked about how with this book 1 and book 2 and potentially probably more, having different main characters every time and being part of the main plot, we think it's best if book 2, someone can potentially just pick up book 2 and start reading and still understand like a contained story within, even though I go, hey, you guys should be reading book 1 first, but making it so like someone could start reading book 2. And so I've just like had that on my mind.
Generally, that theoretically that's how a lot of those series are, but I argue that it's always better to read them in order because generally they have an overarching timeline.
Yeah. No, I agree, but having the possibility, and publishers will like it more if apparently people can just pick up, start reading.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I wasn't arguing against what you were doing. I was just thinking of Dark Hunters.
Yeah, we were also talking about if I wanted to introduce not just MLN relationships as the main couple. She said I can probably get away with it after I do the 3rd book in the series. Like I switched to some like lesbians and non-binary and like stuff like that. But just like establishing the series, I should stick to the same genre through it. And I'm like, that's really interesting. So like I've already pulled readers into the world for introducing something that like, it's lesbians now, no one freak out. It's the same type of story. They're just women now. But that does freak out a lot of readers apparently. Like that kind of, which, whatever. So.
People are weird.
But also switching from like an adventure novel to or like an adventure-y, they go to point A to point B, and then book 2 is going to be more political, like thriller, spy stuff, because the main character's a spy. People will be like, I don't want to read that. So it's fine.
Bella offered a suggestion.
Bella goes, just an idea. What if the love interest can sense when magic is being used? But since Yuri is constantly using magic, maybe that draws him in and gets him interested. Just a thought that popped in. That's good. I might use that. But the love interest is an amorphous blob in my head. Except he has like a fur something coming over his shoulder. I don't know. What?
I said Shishomer. I've been watching.
Yeah, like that. I don't know why, but I don't really know anything about him. But I wanted to have fur draped over his shoulder.
I'm here for it
because I want him to I want Yuri to be so politically maneuvering and stuff, and then the love interest to roll up, and everyone's like, we need to get him on our side. And he is not here for political maneuvering. He's very straightforward, and I want to have that kind of contrast between the two. But will be political even if he doesn't political maneuvering. Strategic even if he doesn't like to be strategic. Yeah.
You know the best part about the giant fur boa?
What?
It could be a pillow.
Yes. All right, let's do our next sprint. Hello. Okay. I got very few words done because let's see, how much did I actually get? Yeah, I got like 152 because I got into it, and then I kind of like came to a screeching halt when I realized I might have a character that I can just get rid of, which sucks because I wanted her to exist. But she's gonna have 2 scenes. I can go back and add her in other scenes, like, or kind of makes sense for her to be there, but part of me is like, because okay, so the reason she exists in the first place is I thought it was wild that Jason, a crown prince, would be at the capital and not have brought any soldiers with him. But also, if his dad was like, hey, you're not allowed to bring your soldiers, we have soldiers here, kind of thing, would also make sense. I don't know. The problem is, like, I'm not having her do really anything. I'm having her off page clear out the tunnel, and that's it. And that's something I could have either Jason or Yuri do just off page. But also I want her to exist. So I think I just have to go and look places that she can exist.
Yeah.
Because the big one would be like the Griffin fight, but I already like I have it purposely her not being there. Because she wouldn't let Jason get hurt. But I'm like, maybe I can have her there because
I think you could have her come in like maybe at the end of that, and where it presumably she is loyal, you could have her like really bothered, and she could be like, I tried to get here, but, and then like foreshadow that his dad somehow prevented her from getting there in time to protect him.
Yeah. I have, with her character, I wanted her to be like kind of a parallel to Brunhilde. Because Rye has this mom who had to end a long-term relationship with her partner, and chose to raise Rye, and is like loving and like has like messes up, but like, you know, there's never any doubt that she loves him. And then Chris, her partner, the queen, Jason's mom, died. And she was tasked with taking care of Jason. And she loves Jason because Jason's part of his mom, but never bridges that gap between this is my charge versus this is my like son. And will like literally just in the scene that she showed up, like, is standing semi at attention. And Jason's like, he like thinks like he knows he can't get her to like not do that. Like when she enters the scene, sees Jason and Yuri like were like arguing about something, and like stands at attention and like doesn't be like boys or anything like that, even though she's she's older, and I kind of want her to be like silent for a lot of her scenes. and B, have this like duty and like her role as a guard, but Jason doesn't want a guard, he wants a mom. Kind of thing.
It definitely sounds like she has a purpose. So yeah, I think the best decision here is probably just to go add her in other areas that it makes sense for her to be.
Yeah. I think she needs more scenes. She was a late addition to the story, so I think that's why I have like I'm holding her and I'm like, I don't know where to put you. All right, let's check on chat.
What about me? She doesn't care about my progress anymore. I am toward the bottom of page 3 of 10. It's really like 2 of 9 because the first page is just title and log line, but it's fine. I'm on page 3 of 10. I have been adding in much good things, I think, to make Jamie seem not creepy for wanting to help Lita.
Fair. Was that I don't remember thinking that, but was that...
Oh, most people didn't think he was creepy, but his motivations were unclear to a lot of readers until like the ending of it, and I like agreed with my sensitivity reader that his motivations should be clear. Like it basically is just kind of, it's gonna elevate it for his motivations to be clearer sooner.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it. I also my sensitivity reader was rather harsh with Jamie, and I wasn't entirely sure why until I read the methods of human traffickers, and I was like, oh, Jamie actually kind of fits this part.
So he's reflecting what he's seen.
I mean, like, to be fair, not like to a T.
Yeah.
But there's enough red flags that I'm like, yeah, I gotta make things a lot clearer so that things. So yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. I should start starring stuff like you do. This is from earlier. So a shadowy figure with a full fur shawl. I feel like this would be my favorite couple. Fair. Sam is sharing some 90s music videos.
Look, Backstreet's Back is wild, right?
That's for Backstreet's Back. It has Universal Monster.
It does. They go. The story of the music video is they go to this hotel, and it's like a really kind of creepy-ish hotel, and then they all fall asleep, and they all have this like separate but also dream together where they are each a different Universal movie monster, and it's like a weird giant dance party. Like one of them is Mr. Hyde, one of them is a vampire, and it's just and at the end of like the music video, after the song is over, they like come out and they're like, yo, I had this wild dream, and then they're all talking about it, and then they're like, we gotta go, we gotta get out of here. And I'm like, there is absolutely no connection to the actual song, because the actual song is essentially the chorus, which is like, everybody, Backstreet's back, all right. So it's just, but I fucking love it. It's great.
Jessica answers the question, sadly has not. I can't get myself to focus on reading, but the writing is coming a lot easier now. Yay. So they call that a win. It definitely is. I've been spending a lot of time researching religious stuff, though. Interesting. Rowan got 387. We're pretty happy with that. It was a good number. 508, and had to do a tiny bit of research for the holidays in Demonic Princes of Hell. Oh. Oops, almost just blocked Bella. Not on purpose. Bella got...
you haven't DM'd her enough links recently.
8 words. As for the guard, don't royal family members usually have a few guards of their own that are loyal to them, separate from palace guards? Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, with the Emperor's a dick. And I was gonna have him like bar them from coming, but with her, as of right now, it's he's allowing one to come. Because why would more than that come, right, Jason? You don't need soldiers, don't? Yeah, why would you need soldiers? Jessica says,
"Are you saying I, your father, the emperor, cannot protect you?"
Yeah, this here, our capital city. What do you think about the soldiers of the capital? Huh, Jason? Do you not respect your people? Bye, Jessica.
See you, Jessica.
Book of momming. I
will also have to mom for a little bit during the next sprint.
How dare.
It's state testing this week, and so every day after the children get home, I've checked in with them.
That's fair. I want to take off this Band-Aid, but I don't also want to take it off and then have blood like on my face. So I'm gonna do it during the sprint if I can. So I might come back with like a red spot right here.
I think if there is blood, YouTube may actively suppress us, and we already don't.
We have 4 people watching. Don't suppress us.
Exactly. Don't suppress us.
We've definitely rolled up with fake blood on though. Without saying this is fake blood.
Yeah, this is what his fur is like. It is alive. And it moves. I'm joking.
What are you
love interest?
Oh,
Yuri's boy.
Yeah, I just had no idea what you're talking about. Yeah.
Sorry.
His fur soldier thing or shoulder thing just like transforms into a wolf. That'd actually be kind of cool.
I was about to say that'd be dope if it was actually a magical creature.
We have set the precedence for having magical clothing based on creatures in this world with Griffin cloak. So that's actually, I'm gonna write that down. Actually in the realm of possibilities. Let's see.
Then you can have a cute scene of him being in the palace gardens trying to be like, where the fuck did my shawl go? And then Yuri finds it.
Interest.
The shawl recognizes Yuri in all of his forms because he can't disguise his scent. She knows I was singing Backstreet Boys, and she wants me to dance with her. This is why she won't sit. Mother, you were serenading me. Why are we not dancing?
Huh. Let's see. And then mom things that'd be funny. Bella's saying, could the bitch guys regular servants? The original quest of bringing soldiers fails. So that's what Yuri is right now. Yuri's disguised as a manservant when he's actually the spy master.
That could be so funny with Chris though, because it's like if she's supposed to be a servant, but she's still acting like a soldier, and Yuri is like, "You're so bad at this.
You're so bad at this." Yuri's like, "Yeah, I'm bad at all like the washing and managing and all that kind of stuff, but you're bad at pretending not to be exactly what you are." No, Chris would be very much well known in the capital, but she's considered to be not a threat because she has this like kind of chronic illness curse thing going on. So it's like, oh,
migraines?
Not migraines, but yeah, kind of. That's why she's not there for the Griffin hunt, is because she's like she's having a flare-up of her curse from booking it to the capital with them.
Oh, hello. Are we snuggling now?
Bella has read a comic where there's a shawl that turns into wolves. Well, don't tell me what it is. I'm denying knowledge of it because I didn't know that was a thing. But it's fine. Maybe it'll be a fox instead. No, I really like wolves for him. This man, I don't know yet. But I know what his clothing is.
He's my werewolf insert.
He's slightly werewolfy. Just for the vibes.
I need him to be werewolf coated now.
Oh. He's going to be...
Which means he must have thick, luscious hair.
Of course. Everyone has thick, luscious hair in this world if they're a good guy. All right, this is the next sprint.
That it looks shaggy, but it looks like it was shaggy on purpose. Hey yo, we're back. I didn't get a whole lot done because I had 2 mom and then wife, but I did get a couple things done.
So I found a solution to one of my problems, and then I did realize I have a D&D game tonight with people that play D&D professionally. And I'm trying to be chill about it. Last sprint I noticed I looked up how long it's going to take me to get there, and right now it would take me 33 minutes, but during rush hour it's an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. Los Angeles. And the game starts at 7, which means when I leave, it'll be another half hour plus to drive home. So I'm gonna get home so late tonight, but luckily I have the parking spot, and I don't have my character created for tonight, but I'm playing a barbarian, level 3, and I'm gonna play a guy that really wanted to be a pirate, but he's not a pirate.
I love that.
He was a sailor, but he's a dwarf. He gets seasick. So my background is sailor.
So much fun already.
But he so I only have 1d6, even though I want to hand roll my scores. I was doing an online roller. And so I'll actually need to check with the DM if we're doing point buy or not. But right now I have a 19 strength, 15 dex, 14 con, 12 intelligence, 13 wisdom, and 13 charisma. Which is other than the strength, those are very middle of the line scores.
Yeah.
And I'm I think this is okay. I kind of want to have a higher constitution, but I can put on armor. But so that's what I ended up doing. I think I don't even know if I wrote any, but I fixed that little the thing with Chris. I have more of a. I do have to go and plan a scene. God, I'm trying to reopen the tab. Plan a scene. And a resolution, a little plot thread, but I should be good. It could be fine. But yeah, that's what I did.
I just want to at least get to page 4 during our last stream. Or during our last sprint. I think my youngest comes home during it though. So
your youngest?
But I actually, huh?
What'd you say about the youngest?
I think she gets home during the last sprint.
Okay.
Could be wrong though.
I think so.
Rowan had to leave us for the gym, which
get swole.
It's fine. Yeah, we support this.
Yes. Baldur's Gate crossplay came out yesterday, so Blake, Rowan, and I were playing. And it also released photo mode with posing. Mm-hmm. And so Blake went to bed, and then Rowan and I spent at least half an hour putting characters in sex positions. Because we're actual adults.
Yeah.
With degrees. No, but we did them, and then it got me laughing so hard. As we were doing it, I was giggling, but then we looked at the pictures and I was sending them to people, and I was cackling. I was laughing so hard my lungs were hey, you good? And I had so much fun with it, but so many inappropriate things, and they must have known that this was going to happen when they added some of the positions, because but yeah, so
sorry, I'm getting text about the convention tomorrow, so
no worries. I will entertain chat with my tales of making very suggestive photos. Bella said 237 words. Talking with my grandma because I'm house sitting for one of her friends. Nice. So if I don't have work, I'll basically be turning it into a writing retreat. I'm so excited. Yeah. Oh, that is awesome. Are you getting paid for the house sitting? I hope so. I mean, it would be a nice thing you do if you didn't, but I mean, just for the state of the economy, I hope you get paid. Now I have 50 million tabs about barbarians open. I don't know if I've played a straight up barbarian. But that's cool. We. I might go with that. Where'd you go? There'd you are. Yeah, you're getting paid. Woo.
Yes.
I am not looking forward to the drive. I didn't know it's so far. It's okay.
I can sit in a call with you if you want a body double / company.
Maybe
or
I might
just listen to a book.
Playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I finished Fantasy High. And so I'm trying to decide whether I want to start Unsleeping City or Crown of Candy. And
I started Unsleeping City because one of the children wanted to watch it. I've been watching them in chronological order, though.
Yeah,
on my
Unsleeping
own.
City would be next chronologically.
Well, asterisk skip to
Fantasy Highs.
Like
after
well, it's like I start watching them in chronological order, but if there is one that has multiple seasons, I will just go ahead and watch all the seasons because why wouldn't you? But I will say, Of Mice and Murder was like the first one I watched completely. I love that one. That one is so good.
Okay.
It's a like whodunit with so many like Sherlock Holmes references.
Okay.
And I think there's it's so good. And they're all Brennan.
Oh, okay.
Brennan DMs that one. It's I think
is it the Intrepid Heroes? Like Murph and
Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Let me look at the whole cast because Allie is there.
Emily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of Mice.
1 of 6.
And Murder. I just want to see the cast. But they are Grant is there if you like Grant.
You do. So it's not the Intrepid Heroes. That's
no.
But
Sam is a player. Sam is a player.
Oh. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, and it's just like I said, it was my introduction to my actual introduction to Dimension 20 D&D was with Abrea as the DM, not Brennan. But Of Mice and Murder was my introduction to Brennan as the DM.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize most of those people were not regulars. I think it is the campaign they did over 2020. So it's the pandemic campaign.
On Zoom?
So, yes. So it's on Zoom, but it's like...
Is it well produced?
So it was well enough produced for me. They also, like, when they text message each other things, the, like, text messages will pop up so the viewers can see what people were text messaging, which I appreciate.
That's fun, yeah.
And like I said, it's really good. I highly recommend it. Maybe don't watch it while driving, though. Now that I think about it, you might miss some of the text messages.
Yeah. I think I'll do Unsleeping City because that was next. Apparently Crown of Candy is like intense.
It is. I want to watch it so bad. It's from what I know of Crown of Candy.
I got a spoiler for it, and I was like, "Damn it! How did what?"
Well, from what I know of Crown of Candy, it's based on fairy tales, like the Grimm's brothers versions of the fairy tales.
Yeah. Or no, that's never after.
I thought Crown of Candy was too. Hold on.
Crown of Candy is like Candyland.
Oh yeah. Oh, I definitely have to watch that one. I love Candyland to an unreal degree.
No, Never After is that one, the fairy tale one. I watched the trailers for them.
Gotcha. As you know, I don't watch trailers. I have seen many a short though, because it is very hard for me to just skip a short when it comes on there, because I'm like, oh, it's the people I like. I have no idea what's going on, but it's wild. Oh, I saw Game Changer season 7, episode 1.
Hey.
Hold on. Bella has been spending the last few days reading a reverse harem series of a girl getting with a rock band and joining them on their tour. She gets with the whole rock band.
The whole band. That is.
I mean,
I'm glad it ends up well for them, but ooh.
It's research for my poly werewolf story, and totally not because I'm reading the spice scenes with an actual plot. That's fair. Oh, CB, you could start Not Your Crush's Cauldron, and you might finish it by the stream.
I'll check it out from the library.
You sound so defeated.
Look.
I shall not be reading it until the 25th or the 26th.
Crush's Cauldron. I've borrowed it from the library.
That is step 1.
That is step 1. How many hours is it? It is loading. It is 11 and a half hours.
So it says.
It's fine. I'll find. It's fine. Oh, Restream has a new thing where they've clipped our last stream into like TikTokable images or clips, and I was scrolling through them earlier, and it's us talking about anus wine. And yeah, that's the second one. The first one is me screaming or talking about Bingha sprinting through the peak with a boner. I don't know what the third one was, because after those two, I was like, damn. I mean, they would probably do pretty well on TikTok. But yeah.
The wild.
So I am actually slightly. I think you have to pay more for that though, to get their little AI clips, which is dumb.
That's okay. I am planning to upgrade us at some point, because we have run out of room for video storage for the intros and stuff, and I'm like, no, I want more custom intros. So. But I'm not upgrading us yet. Might be a July thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I went on my Libro to check how long Not Your Crush's Cauldron was, and then I was like, what do you mean I don't have a tag for Supernatural singles and April Asher? This is just rude of me. Because I like to keep my things very well organized. Oh, I do have a tag for April Asher. I just didn't have one for Supernatural singles. We have 19 seconds, and this is what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
It's making sure I've tagged the other two.
Don't know if I'm going to be returning to my book or working on my character. This is the last sprint is 15 minutes.
Correct.
Yes, I was just informing chat. All right. See you all there.
Hey yo. I got to the top of page 5.
I finished the character sheet. I lost you guys within the mounds of tabs I have open.
Fine.
But
Page 10 is slowly creeping down. There may in fact be a page 11
yeah.
before revisions are done.
I have Wern's Sirecast. That's the guy's name.
Nice.
Dwarven Barbarian. The last character sheet I made started at level 14. And so doing that to this, I'm like, where'd everything go? There were so many less decisions I had to make.
It's like this went by so fast.
It was much easier. I'm happy with it. She's just a guy.
I'm just a guy.
Boy. It is a mystery-based campaign, and I have no pluses to intelligence or charisma, and only a +2 to wisdom. I'm just straight up rolling for everything else. It's al natural, baby.
Riju has come onto the bed and is just being a menace. First, she laid against my laptop desk thing, so it slowly pushed into my stomach, and I had to move her. And now she's like, "Oh, you're talking on camera? Let me just itch my ear and vibrate the entire bed. It's fine."
Well, I can't hear the vibrations.
No, it's a thing you see as my laptop bounces. I mean, she's not doing it right now, but. I am tired, but I should not sleep.
That's fair.
I have to pack for the convention this weekend.
Your new backpack. Well, it's not new anymore, but I don't think you used it.
This is my first time using it for the convention, so.
So, yay.
It will be new to me for this round.
I did not get as much done on the writing wise, but I got like a page and a half done, and then I got some planning done. I'll do some more tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, do you want to cut out early?
Sure.
Oh, hold on. First, Bella finished the stream. Yes, that's the last one with 9:54. I'm going to continue after making some lunch. Nice.
You go make lunch. I'm going to make real food other than pancakes and strawberries.
I'm going to eat as well. So.
Yay, food. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Bye-bye.